Hey traders, welcome to the tradingmentors.com. Hope you are well. We're talking about getting funded today and how you can get funded and earn $10,000 per week. Let me give you the details of this before we go into the details. This is a funded account. This is how it works. And what I'm impressed about so far, and I don't pretend to know everything about getting funded, it's not something I've considered before, but I'm trying it just to see how it works, why it works, and if there's any issues. So far, no issues. All right, so that's the first thing. Now, one of the things that you can do, you can get funded. It's called Turbo Trade. One of the guys in my VIP room is using it and doing very, very well. So to start to get funded, you need $8.88 to get funded with a $100,000 account. Once you pass the first phase, you then pay to become actually funded. All right, and then you get funded up to 150,000. All right, so that's how it works. Now, before I go into the gold on steroids software, which is what we use, I want to just show you the MT5 chart, which is the get funded chart. And the first thing that you need to do, make sure the colors are correct, let's go yellow, is your first thing you need to achieve before you get funded, you need to make a profit of 6%. All right, so your first target is $6,000. One of the other rules, of course, because they are strict, is that you cannot lose any more than 3% at any one time. That's my understanding of it. And so therefore you cannot have any drawdown at all of any more than 3%. If you do, the account is closed. Fairly straightforward actually, so far so good. So since Friday the 27th of February, I opened this account with 100,000 and now 102,000. I expect by next week it would be 110,000 where I'll be qualified, and I will expect to make $10,000 per week. Once you're funded, then of course if you make $10,000 per week, then you keep 80% of that $8,000 per week. If that's of interest to you, then you can join my VIP room and we'll do this together. If you want to, totally up to you. So here on the MT5 chart, 15-minute chart, there's a couple of things which I do. And I'll go into the gold on steroids. I'm looking for the price to move above this moving average here, which equates to a 50 moving average. And up here, I'm looking for the price to break and move above the 50 moving average. Now, in a perfect world, I'm looking for the oscillator to be pointing up. I'm looking for the oscillator to be pointing up. Simple as that. Now, this move here, from here to here, is worth 500 pips. We banked 500 pips during this session. And if you were traded late Friday, then this breakout here is another 500 pips or so. So lots of money to be made if you want to get into gold. You don't have to trade gold. You don't have to get funded. You don't need to get funded. That's fine. I don't need to get funded. I just think this might be a bit of fun for the VIP members. So let's go into gold on steroids and see what was happening. And I'll explain to you what we're looking for before the move actually happens. So this area here is London Open, and pretty flat it was all day, wasn't it, on Friday morning, but sitting on this very high demand area here, which is automatically generated in green. Sometimes I do it in blue, but green is good. Whatever color you want, you can do. So as it came into the New York session, I could see that the price was holding on to that area here between 51.84 and 51.69. Okay, so I put a signal out there to say buy above 51.84, which it did, and then it took off quite surprisingly before the inflation news came out at 1:30. I was expecting to not see anything happen, to be honest. But of course, with the Iran problem now, we are now talking about gold going much higher potentially. It will pull back again, of course, it usually does. But we can actually see the breakout. There's 560 something pips there if you took it to the maximum. Okay. Now, the software automatically generates the buy and sell areas. So there was a supply area here at 52.40 roughly, but of course it's been taken out now. Once the price breaks that area, then we can say that the price is actually going to move up, but it didn't hold, did it? Okay, it did pull back into the green area, and then we had another opportunity here to actually buy on that break. Plenty of time. So 15, this is a 10-minute chart, by the way. So we're looking for the price to move above the 50 moving average, as you can see here. So above the 15 moving average, above the 50 moving average is always a good idea. I've been using the 50 moving average for 40 plus years. So here we can see the price cycle in terms of where you want to get in and where you want to get out. So the second move, as the price became very overbought on this situation once we got in, the price then retraced after it had that 500 pip plus rally, but then we had this situation coming into this green area here. So this oscillator here, special settings, will actually tell you when to get in on the break, and we can see that there's a break here as well. And in addition to that, we can see that the oscillator is pointing up, giving us the room to actually move much, much higher. So a fantastic system of using gold. If you want to be a gold trader, make $10,000 per week or whatever you want to make, is totally up to you. But you do need to be patient. You do need to be disciplined. You do need to have your expectations low in the first place, because otherwise your expectations would be too high, you'll risk too much, etc. Now, the other thing about the funded account is that even though there may be 100,000 available, it's not actually available, is it? Think realistically, they're saying to you that the maximum you can risk is $3,000. That is the risk. The 100,000 is completely irrelevant. All right, so you have to think about it as a $3,000 account, and that you're actually going to increase it week upon week. And the maximum risk can be $3,000, but of course it's much, much less. In this example of the pound yen, I can go into the pound yen quickly for you, just to see what's happening here. We can see that the pound yen has come back into a very important support area. We do expect it to start to make a move in the next week or so. But what I'm saying to you is that because I'm expecting that, doesn't mean to say that it's actually going to do that. And so therefore my risk is $279. All right, so I'm risking $299 out of the $3,000. So even if that doesn't come in, then of course I get stopped out, so what? I've still got plenty to actually aim for. Now if we go to the higher time frame, you can see that the risk to reward here. Now I'm banking out of that $269. If it comes into target, it's going to be $1,250 profit, which obviously is going to be a significant profit for this account, taking it nearer to the £106,000 where I could get funded. So it's a journey. It's interesting. I'm fascinated by it. I don't need to do it, but it'd be fun to actually have a group of people in the VIP room that want to join me and maybe take that journey with me, if you like. My majority of my trades are gold, because I'm just waiting for the price to move above the 50 moving average here, and as long as it does, then I'll be in. And don't forget, gold does move a lot, and it's actually going to move a lot more now now that things are happening in Iran. So okay, hopefully that's helpful, and any questions, please come back to me.